Retiring at 65 could be one of the worst financial and lifestyle decisions you will ever make.
The idea of retiring at 65, in our mind, is outdated. It's based on old assumptions about life expectancy and career satisfaction. People today are living longer and thriving in their careers well beyond that age.
You know, if you retire too soon, you could face boredom, financial stress, a sense of irrelevance, all of which could harm your well-being and your happiness.
So people say, I'm financially ready at 65. Why wait? And you know what? Listen, this is such an individual decision to make, but we want to just really shed some light on this. If you retire at 65, and we
retired earlier than that.
We did, but we didn't really retire. We kept working. So we have a third career that we're in right now. So being financially ready at 65, why wait? Because you can find yourself in trouble. My dad struggled big time. He retired at 65 and he was dead in 15 years. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you, but it could if you don't fill that time and that identity with something new.
I think it's important to note with all the pushback that we get on retirement and 65 and what's the right age, and it's all so individual. It's really a time for you, and maybe 65 isn't the retirement age, but it's the reflection age. It's time for you to reflect on, am I healthy enough to retire? Is there something else I want to do? Am I financially sound? What's my well-being going to look like? Maybe it's not retirement age, it's reflection age.
I like that. If you're new here, I'm Mark, and this is my wife, Jody.
And we don't focus on the financial aspects of your retirement, but rather your health, your wellness, your relationships, and more.
So we'd love you to hit the subscribe button, but more importantly, if you like this video and other videos, share this with someone you care about and who's on their retirement journey too.
You know, we were inspired to do this because one of our YouTube subscribers left us a really interesting comment on one of the episodes that we just did called Don't Ever Stop Working.
And here's what he said. I'm 58. I've been with the same company for 27 years. And since the pandemic, I now work completely remotely from home. This video you did is interesting to me because I find my work to be fulfilling and don't see myself being happy in retirement in the foreseeable future, especially since I'm single with no children. Right now, I see myself wanting to work as long as I remain healthy. And he's not the only person. We've got many people and professionals, doctors, lawyers, accountants, insurance agents, whatever, that want to keep working. They don't see the satisfaction in sitting back, taking it easy, and doing nothing. So this guy, his name is Louie on YouTube, inspired us, like you said, to do this. And he's not alone, right?
Well, we also get a lot of pushback from our subscribers, our 55,000 subscribers. Every once in a while, someone will say, you're in a retirement channel, but you're not actually retired. And there's some truth in that. I mean, we did retire from our corporate careers, my corporate career, your entrepreneurial career,
right.
And we left the insurance business behind. In fact, when we have insurance renewals of our own stuff and things, neither of us wants to deal with it. It's like the hot potato in the house. And that's what we did for a career. So we did retire from that, but we didn't stop working.
No, we didn't. We tried. Well, actually, where we ran into trouble, where we had a taste of traditional retirement, was a year before we actually left our companies. I went into semi-retirement. You had negotiated a package of sort, and you had 9 months where you really didn't even need to go into the office.
6, yeah.
Yeah, 6 months. And I was just kind of floundering. I wasn't sure what I really wanted to do, so I really wasn't working. I didn't have to go in either. But we got ourselves in trouble.
We did.
Physically, mentally, socially, we were in trouble.
Yep.
So we started this, and this now fills 15 hours, 20 hours a week of our time. We still get to travel and take vacations and everything else we do. So, you know, we have found a balanced way to go through this stage of life at still a pretty young age.
Yeah, with some structure and accountability and some work and some fulfillment around those things while still being flexible with schedule and, you know, travel, like you said, or doing things with the kids or grandkids. So, you know, for us, it's a balance. So why don't we jump into the main teaching points?
Sure. There is a link below to a download called 25 Part-Time Jobs for Seniors, which is a really great checklist for you to go through. If you are retired or you're thinking of retiring and you want to do something else to maintain your fulfillment, that's a good place to start.
Right.
The first thing I want to talk about is the myth of 65 as the magic number for retirement. It always has been the magic number. As a matter of fact, there's some companies that have mandatory retirement at 65. And if you're in that company or a company like that, that's okay. You'll have to figure it out. But we are living so much longer now and healthier. Retirement at 65, 30 years ago, meant like a 10 or 15-year retirement. Retirement today for us is 20, 30, 40 years.
Right. You know, many people live 20 to 30 years post-retirement, and that's almost a whole nother time for a whole nother career or a whole nother balanced lifestyle. Healthier lifestyles enable people to live longer and even work longer. And people's sense of purpose often comes from working or contributing. So don't just see 65 as the end.
Right. Look at Louie, who said he's going to keep working because he wants to.
The second thing
Isn't there a song, Louie?
There is. I
What
think
is
it was like...
Louie, no?
Louie.
All right.
Wasn't it like John Belushi?
Oh, maybe.
Like, wasn't it? What was that show? Well, anyway, okay, we're digressing. Okay, the second thing is there are financial implications of retiring too early. And while we don't do anything financial, it's important to call it out here. Retiring too soon can lead you to financial shortages later in life. Your savings may need to stretch longer than you originally anticipated, which is a good thing. That means you're living longer. Healthcare costs could rise, or you could have a health event that eats away at some of your savings. So don't retire at 65 without taking a look at your finances, without planning for an event of some kind in health or wellness or in your family. And maybe think about finding a part-time job to fill in any income gap you might have.
Right, and I think the other thing is to, again, check with your financial planner, your accountant. Social Security, if you wait a little bit longer and keep contributing, what does that look like? And if you have a company 401k, again, if you can still contribute, and maybe you can go to part-time work, your current career. Say, I want to only work 20 hours a week instead of 40. So that'll help have an impact on your finances. You know, staying active and engaged longer, like we are, enhances your quality of life. We get up early, we go to the gym, we're researching all of the things we want to talk about with you, which keeps our mind sharp. And a strong work ethic, which I've always had, really helps our mental health.
Well,
right?
Work definitely provides a sense of purpose and fulfillment and some social engagement that prevents isolation, which is a big fear in retirement. You can explore passion projects and continue to work. You can volunteer and continue to work. You can do things that keep you physically active and mentally stimulated in retirement post 65 if you find those things that really make you tick.
Right. Why retiring later could really lead to a healthier, happier life. We touched on this a little bit, but you know, early retirement is linked to declining mental and physical health.
Retirement can lead to a sedentary lifestyle, and you do have to be careful. You have to call yourself out on that, especially if you lack morning, midday, afternoon, and evening routines. Work keeps people mentally engaged and often sharp.
Yeah, I think the big thing is if you're at 65 and you're thinking you want to retire, don't until you really know what you're going to retire into. It's easy to retire away from something,
right?
But you have to retire into something. And that leads us to the last point we want to talk about is really redefining retirement. What does it look like for you?
Right.
It doesn't have to mean stopping work, but it really could be just shifting priorities, transitioning to a part-time job or some consulting, volunteering. Like you said, a passion project, write a book.
Starting a passion project or even a small business like we did. Mix in your travel and work in new ways, keeping your life flexible and balanced.
So be careful about retiring at 65. Retirement isn't just about stopping work. It's about living with purpose. This is the greatest time of your life. So retiring at 65 might not fit the life you want to lead in this new chapter of your life.
So take control of your retirement by rethinking the timeline. Don't be confined by outdated notions. Retire when it truly makes sense for you, mentally, physically and financially.
This next video, 25 in-demand part-time jobs for seniors, really would be a great video to watch next to give you some inspiration on some of the things you can do to continue working at least part-time in your retirement. So watch this next.